What is going on, YouTube? Mr. Flip coming at you with another product review, and this is by Orcatorch. This is the model T30, and this thing is pumping out 980 lumens. Absolutely insane, crazy flashlight, I'll tell you what. And it has so many different types of capabilities. It's mind-blowing. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do before I jump right into the review is just give you guys a close-up of the flashlight itself. So you can see you got the logo there. I'm assuming it's Orcatorch. I'm hoping my freaking camera will zoom in. And there's just a turnaround. There's your buttons there. We have different settings on the buttons. I'll give you guys the rundown on that. There's the on and off switch. This flashlight is crazy cool. Another thing that I really like about it, as you can see here, the way it has the indents. This can be used as a self-defense flashlight. A lot of flashlights, you'll notice this area up on the top the way it is. It's basically jagged. And what that allows you to do is basically bang perpetrators up against the head with it. That's pretty much what they started that design with on these kind of specific flashlights. So I'm gonna actually read you guys off some stuff from the pamphlet, and then we'll jump into the review. And then once the sun goes down, we'll get outside and do some outside footage of how bright this flashlight is. So your output for your turbo, this is a setting for your turbo setting, and this is beaming at the highest setting, is 980 lumens. You could drop down to the high settings, which will give you 300 lumens. The middle setting will give you 50 lumens, and then you have a low light setting at 1 lumens. You have a strobe at 980 lumens, and also this flash carries a SOS at 980 lumens. Your runtime is 4 hours and 10 minutes at turbo. At your high setting, you have 7 hours runtime. Your middle settings, you have 32 hours of runtime. Your low light settings, it says 1980H. Not quite sure what that means. For the strobe and the SOS, there is a slash within the setting. You probably won't be able to see it, so I don't even know why I'm putting this in front of the camera, but there's a slash on the strobe and SOS. So I'm assuming they don't know exactly how much runtime you have when running strobe or SOS. But if you are in a situation where you need to run SOS or a strobe, what you can do is do it manually for yourself by hitting the switch on the flashlight. So you don't need to run the strobe, and you definitely don't need to run the SOS. You can do your own SOS signals on your own. You can basically look up YouTube videos and it will tell you how to do an SOS with a flashlight. And that would actually save you battery life, for the fact that this does not specifically give you a battery life depth on strobe and SOS. Your beam distance is 305 meters. Your intensity is 23310 CD. Impact resistant up to 1 meter. You have waterproof up to 2 meters underwater. Working voltage is 3/8.4 volts. Input is 4.5/5.5 V, 500 mAh. So make sure you are using the proper batteries. This one did come with the batteries. It actually came with a backup battery as well, which is phenomenal. Because for a lot of us who are out fishing at night or hunting at night, you definitely want to be able to have that extended life in your flashlight, and having a backup battery basically covers that for you. Dimension is 166 millimeters in length by 25.4 millimeters in diameter by 40 millimeters by head. Net weight is 177 grams, including battery, accessories, USB cable, O-ring, holster, and lanyard. So you can see the basic bundle package here. I'll be leaving all the links in the description. That way you guys can check it out. And I'm telling you right now, this is a flashlight. You are definitely not going to want to replace this flashlight. And this will basically replace all your other flashlights that you have. As I stated, I'll be leaving all the links down below so you can get your price ranges. And you can also read other people's reviews. So let's go ahead and jump into what I got with this bundle package. You can see there is a USB basic connection and a charging system which plugs into the flashlight right here like that. So I'm assuming this is going to give you the opportunity to be able to charge your battery through the flashlight system. That is something very unique because you do not see that in a lot of standard flashlights these days, where you have the opportunity to charge this. I personally in my vehicle carry a it's like a wall adapter that connects into your cigarette lighter, and it gives you the opportunity to be able to use these kind of adapters to be able to charge things. And now if I don't want to carry this around, which I can, and with that type of system in my vehicle, I can use this to charge my flashlight. Then you get your standard battery charger. I use an actual Nightcore battery charger that gives me 4 battery operating charging systems. So this is kind of a backup, I guess you would consider it. And then you have your holster and you have your lanyard. I keep a lanyard on all of my flashlights for the fact that I am down by the water a lot, or I am actually in the field hunting, and I like to make sure that if I drop my flashlight, I'm not losing it. You know, it's basically strapped onto my wrist at all times, or I will actually put this into the flashlight into the holster and use the lanyard around my belt loop area so I know it's secured. Jumping into the flashlight, as I stated, we're going to wait till the sun goes down before we start beaming flashlights in the house or outdoors. That way you can get a full visual of it. But you can see the bulb in the inside. It is basically one bulb system. It's not even the bulb, it's the actual LED light. Then you have the construction, and as I was telling you, a lot of flashlights that have this structure up on the top or unique design was basically made for a protective system. Basically, like you can use this to bang somebody over the head or what have you. It's not a flat surface. It actually gives you a rounded, jagged, edged area. Not jagged to where, you know, if you rub it up against your skin it's going to hurt you or not, but jagged enough to where if you're using your flashlight and a perpetrator or whatever comes towards you, you can bang with the flashlight and protect yourself. Then you have the on switch here, and then what this top part does will give you your SOS, your different settings, and so on and so forth. So we will definitely get out tonight and use the different types of settings on the flashlight. That way you guys can get a visual. I think I'm going to go ahead and just basically take it into the garage where it's dark right now and give you guys a visual of the different types of settings and how to use the flashlight. So stay tuned. Alright guys, I don't know why that thing will not shut off. Hopefully it'll shut off here in a second. But anyways, at least you'll be able to get a visual of how I'm actually functioning the flashlight. So the bottom button, which is the on and off switch, you can see I'm tapping there. I'm going to give you a visual of the light. So we're going to turn that on, and you can see very bright. And now we're going to jump into the settings, which is on the flashlight right here, right in the front. We're going to push it once, which dims it down. Push it again, brightens it up a little bit more, brightens it up a little bit more, and super bright. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to super bright, and we are going to hold down this button up front, holding it down. Now we have the strobe, then we're going to hold it down again, and there is your SOS. So you can see I'm not touching the button at all. It's basically on an SOS. Now, I've never really studied SOS much, but more or less you can see the way it's doing, you know, the different types of flickering. And as I stated, instead of using this method, you can actually use your own method where you have the flashlight beaming consistently and you just push your hand in front of the flashlight. You see it on a lot of videos and a lot of movies and stuff like that. But it is actually a very unique function within a flashlight. SOS is pretty awesome. So we're back on, and we're just going to continue to press the front button here. That one right there. And you can see the brightness is kind of going on. There you go. Now this flashlight has a very unique and awesome beam. So you can see the beam is actually very solid. You can see it's not to where it's fully wide, so you are getting great distance with this flashlight. I don't know why that thing won't shut off. But you're getting full distance with this flashlight, and it's not like one of those cheapy flashlights where you got nothing but one huge solid beam. So this actually would be perfect for mounting on a rifle and doing hunting and so on and so forth. So really cool. Let's jump back into the review. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so we are back onto the tabletop review, and I'm just going to basically lay out my thoughts on this flashlight. For the price range of $59.98 on Amazon, you can't go wrong. In all honesty, you cannot go wrong. I have other flashlights, as I stated, to where, you know, these other flashlights run you approximately in the $100, $200 range. And as I stated, I'm a really big fanatic on flashlights for the fact that I love night hunting, I love night fishing. And having a reliable flashlight with extended battery life, different types of functions, this thing blows a lot of other flashlights that I have reviewed out of the water. I'm just going to go ahead and slap this right in front of you so you can see $59.98. You can see it's used on firearms, so you can mount it to your rifle. Then it shows, you know, the way the flashlight looks, and look at all the reviews on there. 53 reviews at a 4.5 star rating. You can see it's got it plugged into the laptop there to charge the battery. Then it gives all the other information. I'm going to be leaving this link in the description so you guys can check it out yourself. But trust me, you cannot go wrong with this flashlight. It is well worth the money. So that pretty much sums it up for this review. I hope it was helpful for you in your next purchase of an amazing flashlight. Water resistant, battery life is phenomenal, different types of functions, you name it, it's there. Extra O-rings, definitely a plus. You get your batteries, you get your connections, you get your holster, you got it all. It's well worth the money, you guys. And this is coming from a honest product review. A lot of you guys know when I do a product review, if I feel like the review is not gonna, you know, meet my standards, I won't even do the review on it. But if it's something that I think is really worth doing a product review, I'll lay it out on the table. So there you go, you guys. Orcatorch flashlight, 2 thumbs up. You guys did phenomenal with what you guys did on this flashlight. The functionings, the strobe, the SOS, the brightness, the water, you know, basically the water resistant protection, the extra O-rings, and all of the accessories. So that sums it up from here. Much love and respects to you guys, and I hope this review helped you, and I am up and out. Peace.